Did you know that everything around you is pure energy? And more, that the way you vibrate can literally transform your reality? Discover now how to master this force and create the life you've always desired. There is something fascinating about the simple fact that everything around us, from the most tangible things to the most abstract thoughts, is made up of energy. Every object, every feeling we nurture, every idea that crosses our mind, vibrates at a unique frequency. This vibration creates an influence field that directly affects the environment around us. When one realizes this, they begin to understand that their emotions and thoughts have the power to shape their own life. A prosperous life, filled with abundance and success, begins the moment we adjust these vibrations to higher levels. Imagine the following situation. Upon waking up in the morning, you fill yourself with negative thoughts, perhaps worried about your financial situation or work problems. The vibration generated by these concerns ends up permeating your day, affecting your actions and decisions. Now, if instead you shift your focus to positive thoughts, self-awareness, and spirituality, you will feel an immediate transformation. The higher vibration of these new emotions starts attracting what you desire. Something as simple as a smile at the beginning of the day can be the start of a series of prosperous events. This leads us to reflect that our reality is much more malleable than we imagine. If thoughts are energy, and this energy vibrates, we hold the power to transform our own existence. This is not just a spiritual concept. It is a truth that permeates the physical world as well. Great thinkers and scientists such as Nikola Tesla already said that the secret of the universe lies in frequencies and vibrations. And this means that the way you think, feel, and act directly impacts your ability to live a prosperous and abundant life. Self-awareness, a key element in this process, allows us to identify the frequencies we are emitting. How can we expect prosperity if our thoughts and emotions are misaligned with this vibration? Often, without realizing it, we are tuned into frequencies of fear, insecurity, and doubt, which limits our capacity for growth and hinders the flow of abundance in our financial and spiritual life. The secret lies in recognizing this and consciously shifting our frequency. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to keep receiving content that will lead you to true transformation. The journey towards a prosperous and fulfilling life begins when one decides to elevate their vibration. And this involves something simple but powerful: the conscious choice to focus on thoughts and actions that resonate with higher frequencies. An effective practice is gratitude. By giving thanks, for example, for what you already have, health, loved ones, small progress in your financial life, you automatically elevate your vibration. The act of giving thanks aligns your energy with prosperity, attracting even more things to be grateful for. And it's not just about thoughts. Your emotions also play a crucial role in this process. Emotions such as love, joy, and compassion emit very high frequencies, capable of transforming your reality. Imagine how it would be to start seeing each challenge in life as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than a burden. This simple shift in perception can completely change the way you live, bringing more flow and prosperity to your daily life. Moreover, it is important to realize that even the objects around us have energy. The organization of your environment, for example, can directly influence your emotional and spiritual well-being. A disorganized or energy-stagnant space can negatively impact your vibration. On the other hand, a clean and organized environment, decorated with elements that bring you peace and spirituality, raises your energy and allows the flow of abundance to circulate more freely. When you engage in activities that elevate your vibration, such as meditation, reading spiritual books, or practices of self-awareness, the impact is immediate. The balance created in your energy field is noticeable, and you align with a prosperous life filled with good vibrations. Every time you do something that nourishes your soul, you are, in fact, tuning your vibrational frequencies to resonate with what you wish to attract into your life. At this point, prosperity is no longer a distant promise but an accessible reality. And when we talk about transforming reality, we are going beyond the material aspect. Financial prosperity, of course, is part of a balanced life, but self-awareness and spirituality allow this prosperity to also be mental and emotional. It is a complete transformation, By understanding that everything is energy and that you have control over your vibrations, the path to a prosperous life becomes clear. The key, therefore, is to stay attentive to the type of energy we are emitting. The vibration we send out into the world reflects what we are about to receive. Prosperity, abundance, and spiritual peace are natural responses when our frequency is in harmony with these principles. Thus, it becomes clear that our reality, even in financial aspects, is a reflection of the energy we are constantly vibrating. Every thought we have, every emotion we feel directly influences our vibration. These mental and physical processes are controlled by a subtle energy that dictates how we feel and act daily. When the frequency we emit is low, whether due to stress, financial worries, or lack of self-awareness, our body and mind suffer. On the other hand, by raising this frequency, we open the door to healing and genuine prosperity. Elevated vibration is the path to a prosperous life where spirituality and well-being walk hand in hand. The main question is, how can we practically raise this frequency? A simple example is taking care of our diet. Fresh, nutrient-rich foods from the earth have higher vibrations and are a powerful tool for adjusting our own vibrations. When we eat healthily and balanced, our body resonates at a higher frequency, which naturally influences our mind to operate in a clearer and more prosperous state. By focusing on nutrition that respects life in its essence, we attract physical and mental health. But it is not only the physical that matters. Thoughts, for instance, have a direct impact on our health and prosperity. When we cultivate a positive mindset based on self-awareness and spirituality, our cells respond to this energy, promoting a state of harmony and healing. Science already recognizes that the mind plays a fundamental role in physical healing, which proves the power of mental vibrations. By raising our mental frequency, we attract opportunities, solutions, and a prosperous life that reflects our inner state. This frequency adjustment is so potent that it not only affects your health and prosperity, but also your connection to higher states of consciousness. When we vibrate at higher levels, we start experiencing life in a broader way, seeing beyond the material and connecting with a deeper spiritual reality. In this state, life's challenges, whether financial or emotional, are viewed from a clearer and more optimistic perspective. The answers to our problems already exist in this higher vibrational plane. It is up to us to reach them. The body also benefits from a higher vibration. Physical activities, such as a simple walk outdoors, can help increase this frequency. Contact with nature, for example, has a restorative effect on our energy. When we allow ourselves to connect with the natural environment, our frequencies harmonize with the earth, promoting balance and a sense of well-being. This synergy between body and environment creates the ideal conditions for attracting prosperity and vitality. It is important to remember that healing does not happen only at the physical level. Often, our emotional and spiritual wounds need attention, and this is where elevated vibrations make a difference. The practice of self-love, for example, is one of the most powerful ways to raise frequency. When we treat ourselves with kindness and compassion, our vibration rises, making space for healing and abundance to enter our lives naturally. It is a virtuous cycle. The more we raise our frequency, the more attractive we become to what we desire. Another aspect that raises vibration and, consequently, attracts prosperity is contact with nature. Spending time in natural environments, such as parks, beaches, or forests, allows us to absorb the pure and elevated energy of these places, which helps restore our balance. Studies show that exposure to nature reduces stress, improves mood, and increases the sense of well-being, all fundamental elements for those seeking financial prosperity and balanced spirituality. Connecting with the earth is, in fact, a way to reconnect with your own vital energy. Elevated vibrations also open doors to self-awareness. The higher you vibrate, the clearer your vision becomes of who you are and your life's purpose. This clarity allows you to make wiser decisions, both personally and financially. Imagine making financial decisions based on confidence in your own value and purpose, rather than fear or insecurity. That is what vibrational elevation provides. A life guided by intuition and inner wisdom, in harmony with prosperity and abundance. And we can consciously tune into these frequencies using a resource common to us all, our mind. The human mind possesses unimaginable power. Through the vibrations it emits, it actively shapes the reality around us. When thoughts are aligned with universal energy, what we desire starts to manifest almost automatically. Prosperity, self-awareness, and spiritual balance are often reflections of this deep connection. By adjusting the frequency of our thoughts, we tune our minds to what we want to see materialize in our lives. However, merely wishing for something is not enough. It is crucial to understand that thoughts carry vibrations that directly affect the reality we build. When we think negatively or with doubt, that energy blocks the manifestation of a prosperous life. A practical example of this is how we approach financial challenges. If we view these challenges as insurmountable, our vibration resonates with that same frequency of limitation, and the universe responds with more blockages. Conversely, by shifting our mindset to one of possibility and abundance, we open space for new opportunities to flow in our direction. Tuning in with universal energy requires continuous adjustment of thoughts. Our mind, as an emitter of vibrations, must remain vigilant to avoid deviating from what we truly want to attract. A classic example is when someone desires financial prosperity but constantly finds themselves worried about debt or scarcity. This worry creates a vibration that attracts more financial problems because it is misaligned with abundance. The secret is to always direct thoughts toward solutions, not problems, keeping the frequency aligned with what we truly desire. Moreover, a mind aligned with universal energy also reaches a higher state of consciousness. This state allows us to see beyond the limitations of the material world, perceiving opportunities that have always been present but were previously invisible. It's as if, by raising our mental vibration, we gain access to a new level of understanding about life. At this point, we start to realize that thoughts shape not only the external reality but also the way we connect with our spiritual purpose. Many people, upon discovering this power to shape reality, manage to transform entire areas of their lives. Whether in health, relationships, or finances, aligning thoughts with universal energy makes prosperity a natural reflection of what we are vibrating. For instance, imagine someone who for years struggled with a lack of money and, by changing their mindset and tuning into the frequency of abundance, begins to attract new sources of income. This is the power of a mind aligned with the energy of the universe. When thoughts are in sync with what we desire, life seems to flow more easily. One begins to notice small synchronicities. Meeting the right people at the right time, opportunities that previously seemed impossible emerging, and prosperity becoming a constant. It is living proof that the mind, when vibrating at the correct frequency, has the power to attract exactly what is needed for a prosperous and harmonious life. The key is to maintain this harmony without being shaken by temporary difficulties. The importance of keeping thoughts aligned with prosperity and spirituality is fundamental. When the mind strays into fear or doubt, the energy sent to the universe also fragments, and the return we receive will not be as desired. Imagine someone who wants to improve their financial life, but internally believes they do not deserve wealth. This belief, even if unconscious, vibrates at a low frequency, blocking the manifestation of what is desired. The key is to strengthen the mind to continue vibrating at the right frequency. Furthermore, as the practice of aligning thoughts with universal energy becomes habitual, self-awareness also deepens. One begins to understand more about their mental and emotional patterns, which further facilitates vibration adjustment. Often, the manifestation of a prosperous and financially abundant life is directly linked to this self-awareness. After all, by knowing our internal blockages, we can work to adjust them, allowing the vibration to align with what we desire. This journey of mental and vibrational adjustment is, in fact, a continuous path. The more we learn to align the mind with what we want, the more natural it becomes. The reality we create ceases to be something that feels outside our control and becomes an active construction, guided by our own energy and consciousness. This gives us the confidence that we are on the right path to achieving a prosperous life where the spiritual and material coexist in harmony. Now a question. If the mind can shape reality, how can the vibrational frequencies of thoughts and emotions influence our experience even more profoundly? The answer lies in the impact these vibrations have on daily life and how we can use them more consciously. At every moment, the vibrational frequencies we emit are shaped by our thoughts, emotions, and words. It's as if each thought we have and each word we speak is an energetic wave sent out to the universe. When this energy is positive, filled with feelings like love, gratitude, and hope, it raises our vibration, opening doors to a prosperous life aligned with self-awareness. On the other hand, negative emotions and words, such as anger, fear, and resentment, have the opposite effect, lowering our vibration and consequently pushing away the prosperity and spiritual balance we seek. A practical example is the impact of the words we use daily. Words have power, and what we say directly influences our vibration. When we use words laden with pessimism or complaints, we are vibrating at a frequency that impedes the flow of prosperity. Imagine someone who always says, "I can't," or "this will never work." Such expressions alone create an energetic barrier, closing the doors to a more prosperous life. In contrast, words like "I can," "I deserve," or "I believe" elevate the energy, creating a favorable environment for success and well-being. Emotions play an equally important role. Feelings of love and compassion, for example, are known to elevate a person's vibrational frequency powerfully. By nurturing these emotions, we create an internal state of peace and balance, which directly impacts our reality. For example, feeling gratitude means we are vibrating at one of the highest possible frequencies, attracting prosperity and harmony in all areas of life, including financial life. On the other hand, emotions like fear, insecurity, and envy have an energy-draining effect, hindering the manifestation of a prosperous life. A clear example of how this works can be seen in everyday situations. Think about how you feel when surrounded by people who radiate joy and optimism. Your energy naturally rises, you feel lighter, and things seem to flow more easily. Now, imagine being in an environment filled with complaints and negativity. In this case, your own energy tends to drop, and even your vision of the future becomes more clouded. This change in vibration is subtle, but its impact on life, especially on prosperity and self-awareness, is profound. The interesting thing is that we can choose the emotions and words we want to nurture. Although external situations are not always under our control, how we react to them is. If, in a moment of challenge, we choose to focus on solutions rather than problems, our vibrational frequency adjusts to attract positive responses. This conscious choice of how we react to adversity is a powerful practice of raising vibration and can transform both spiritual and financial life. Prosperity, after all, is a direct reflection of how we feel internally. It is essential to be aware of the energy our words carry. They not only express what we think, but also shape the type of energy we attract. For example, using words of kindness and support not only raises our vibration, but also positively influences those around us. Conversely, harsh words, destructive criticism, or negative comments have the power to lower not just our own vibration, but also that of those who hear us. This cycle of energies, when well understood, becomes a powerful tool for shaping a prosperous and harmonious reality. In addition to words, the thoughts we cultivate in silence also profoundly impact our vibration. Thoughts of gratitude and love immediately raise our frequency, while thoughts of fear, anger, or insecurity drastically lower it. When we are aware of this process, we can begin to monitor our own mental and emotional patterns, intentionally adjusting our vibration. In this way, we become more capable of manifesting prosperity in all aspects of life, not only financial but also emotional and spiritual. Emotions like anger and resentment are frequent traps that many fall into without realizing their impact on personal vibration. When we hold on to these feelings, our frequency drops, and life seems to stall in various areas. The solution is to work internally to release these emotions and replace them with higher feelings, such as compassion and forgiveness. Not only does this change our vibration, but it also opens space for prosperity to flow back into our lives. After all, a high vibration always attracts positive circumstances. It is this constant fluctuation of vibrations that teaches us that, just as we can lower our frequency, we have the power to raise it again. The key is to be present and aware of what we are feeling and saying. Even in moments of stress or challenges, we can decide to change our frequency by altering what we think and feel. When this becomes a habit, our vibration naturally stays elevated, facilitating the manifestation of a prosperous life, both materially and spiritually. This knowledge is not contemporary, as many believe. The great philosophers of history always had a deep understanding of the impact that our thoughts and emotions have on our lives. Plato, for example, taught that the world of ideas, where thoughts reside, directly influences the physical world. This leads us to reflect that what we think and the way we feel directly affects our energy and, consequently, the reality around us. When our thoughts are aligned with truth and harmony, our vibration rises, allowing for a more prosperous life connected with the spiritual. In Stoicism, we find practical teachings that help regulate our emotions and maintain an elevated vibration, regardless of circumstances. For the Stoics, it is not what happens in the external world that determines our inner state, but rather how we choose to react to those events. This principle is powerful because it reminds us that we have control over our emotions and thoughts, which means we also have control over our vibration. By cultivating a calm and balanced mind, aligned with values such as wisdom and self-knowledge, we can maintain a high frequency, attracting prosperity and peace. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, said, "It is not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them." This statement carries deep wisdom about how emotions and thoughts shape our vibration. If we face an obstacle and allow ourselves to be overwhelmed by frustration or fear, our energy will be lowered, reflecting in what we attract into our lives. However, if we view the same obstacle with a serene mind, understanding that we have the power to overcome it, our vibration remains high, making the path to a prosperous life, whether financially or spiritually, smoother. Plato, in turn, also believed that self-knowledge is the path to a balanced and harmonious life. In his work, The Republic, he speaks about the importance of elevating the soul beyond the physical world in search of a higher state of understanding and wisdom. By applying this to our lives, we understand that the more we know ourselves and master our emotions, the better we can align our energy with the universal vibration. This alignment is what leads us to attract a life of abundance, prosperity, and spiritual balance because everything begins in the mind. Ancient philosophical teachings show us that controlling our emotions and having disciplined thoughts is not just a practice of mental well-being, but also a way to maintain an elevated vibration. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of training the mind to remain undisturbed in the face of adversity. He taught us to live serenely, without being enslaved by negative emotions. When we follow this path, we raise our energy, bringing harmony to both body and mind, which directly reflects on our prosperity and quality of life. These principles, although ancient, are extremely applicable to modern life. Just as the ancient Stoics dealt with the challenges of their time, we also face challenges that test our emotions daily. However, by applying these teachings, we can maintain control over our reactions, ensuring that our vibration remains at a high frequency. This positive mental attitude is what will allow us to attract not only financial prosperity, but also a life full of self-knowledge and spiritual purpose. The impact of thoughts and emotions on vibrations is a universal truth that transcends time. Both in classical philosophy and contemporary teachings, the lesson is the same. Mastering the mind is mastering life. Those who manage to cultivate elevated thoughts and harmonious emotions, such as love, gratitude, and peace, are constantly adjusting their vibration to a higher level. And when we are vibrating at this frequency, prosperity and abundance become inevitable, as we are in perfect harmony with universal energy. Philosophical practice also emphasizes the importance of developing a resilient mindset. The ancient philosophers knew that life is full of ups and downs, but true strength lies in how we respond to those moments. If we allow adversities to lower our vibration, we become trapped in a negative spiral. On the other hand, by adopting a firm and positive stance, we can keep our energy high, creating conditions for a prosperous and financially stable life, even in challenging times. The principles of Stoicism and the teachings of Plato remind us that we are not at the mercy of chance. By cultivating a clear mind and balanced emotions, we are taking control of our own energy and the reality we build. This does not mean denying life's difficulties but facing them with wisdom and serenity. In this way, our vibrations align with the flow of prosperity and abundance, both in the material and spiritual realms. To maintain elevated vibrations, the balance between mind and body is fundamental. It is not enough to focus on just one, as both are interconnected. When our body is overloaded or our mind is agitated, the vibration naturally drops, distancing us from the prosperity and spiritual well-being we seek. Having this awareness is the first step to adjusting what is necessary and realigning our energy with the flow of abundance. Financial and spiritual life are intrinsically connected to how we care for our entire being. Proper nutrition, as mentioned earlier, is one of the pillars of this balance. What we consume daily directly impacts our energy and vibration, both positively and negatively. Fresh and natural foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and greens, provide a high energy charge, unlike processed foods full of toxins. Additionally, consuming live foods, such as grains and seeds, can elevate our vibrations and connect us with the prosperous energy of nature. When we nourish our bodies wisely, we open the way for the mind to also function more clearly and vibrantly. Another crucial aspect of maintaining elevated vibrations is adequate rest. Often, we underestimate the regenerative power of sleep and relaxation. During rest, the body not only recovers physically but also adjusts its vibrational frequency. Lack of quality sleep or rest can drastically lower our vibration, affecting how we see the world and, consequently, the opportunities we can perceive. A rested mind is a mind prepared to attract prosperity and transform its financial and spiritual life. Mindfulness also plays a vital role in this process. When we live on autopilot, disconnected from the present, our vibration tends to scatter. The practice of being present, truly conscious of each moment, allows the mind to calm and the body to adjust to a higher vibration. This means paying attention to what we do, what we feel, and what we think, eliminating the external noise that often prevents us from achieving prosperity and self-knowledge. Maintaining this balance also involves learning to listen to our own bodies. It is our greatest guide when it comes to vibration. When we feel physical or mental discomfort, it is a clear sign that something is out of alignment. These signals should not be ignored. Instead, we should observe and make adjustments to restore that balance. Proper posture, for example, can directly influence our well-being and, consequently, our vibration. Small adjustments in our routine can make a significant difference in how we feel and how our energy flows. The connection between mind and body goes beyond what is immediately visible. This interdependence can be observed in simple, everyday moments. When our mind is overwhelmed with worries, for example, the body often reflects this state with muscle tension or fatigue. At the same time, when we are nourished and rested, the mind tends to operate at a higher frequency, facilitating focus on prosperous thoughts and alignment with self-knowledge. All of this directly affects our vibration. Taking care of the body is also taking care of the mind. Activities that promote physical well-being, such as regular exercise, help keep energy flowing healthily. It is not necessary to follow complex routines. The simple habit of moving the body daily already elevates our vibration. Energy needs to circulate, and sedentary behavior, for example, blocks this flow, making the path to prosperity more difficult. A walk outdoors, for instance, can help release tension and restore balance, facilitating spiritual alignment. Another way to balance mind and body is to create a routine that favors mental organization. When we are surrounded by chaos or overwhelmed with tasks, our vibration tends to drop. Organization, whether of physical space or mental space, brings clarity and raises our energy. Set aside a few minutes each day to plan your tasks, organize your environment, and eliminate unnecessary distractions. This small effort directly impacts your vibration because an organized mind is more likely to attract prosperity and creative solutions for financial and spiritual matters. Breathing is another powerful link between mind and body. Often, in moments of stress or fatigue, our breathing becomes shallow, which directly affects our vibration. Breathing deeply and consciously not only oxygenates the body but also balances emotions and thoughts. It is a simple yet effective tool for maintaining an elevated vibration during challenging times. Learning to use your breath to your advantage can be a turning point in restoring energy and attracting a more prosperous life. Understanding this relationship between mind and body is essential for those who wish to maintain a high vibration. In addition to maintaining balance, we should also explore how to elevate the vibration to stay in harmony with the universal energy flow. There are various tools that directly impact this elevation of personal vibration, and all of them have a significant effect on the alignment between mind, body, and spirit. Affirmations, for example, are powerful allies in the process of mental reprogramming. By repeating positive words and phrases, we are not only filling the mind with good vibrations, but also altering our internal beliefs. This practice has the power to transform our energy, raising our frequency and attracting prosperity and self-knowledge. The constant repetition of a simple phrase like, "I deserve a prosperous and abundant life," can create powerful change. Another tool that greatly impacts vibrations is visualization. When we allow ourselves to imagine in detail what we desire, we are tuning our energy to the reality we want to create. The mind, by repeatedly visualizing something, starts to believe it is already real, thereby adjusting our vibrational frequency to attract what we visualize. For example, if someone wants to improve their financial situation, they can spend a few minutes each day visualizing this reality concretely, seeing themselves achieving financial goals and living in prosperity. This creates an energetic bridge between desire and manifestation. Meditation, one of the most well-known practices, is also one of the most effective for raising vibration. During meditation, our mind slows down, the body relaxes, and our energy aligns with higher frequencies. It is a moment of reconnection with the inner self, where the noise of the external world is silenced, and we can hear our own essence. Regular meditation not only brings mental peace, but also tunes us into the universal energy flow, facilitating the attraction of a prosperous and spiritually elevated life. Meditating with a focus on gratitude, for example, can further amplify the effects of this practice. Energy healing techniques, such as Reiki and hands-on healing, are also valuable tools for those seeking to raise their vibration. They work directly on clearing and aligning energy centers, removing blockages that hinder the natural flow of vital energy. By releasing these blockages, a person feels lighter, more balanced, and connected to the spiritual. This energetic elevation can reflect in various areas of life, from physical health to financial well-being. Prosperity, in this sense, is not limited to material goods but also includes a state of inner completeness and harmony. For those seeking a more spiritual path, these tools serve as keys to accessing deeper levels of consciousness. Affirmations, visualizations, meditation, and energy healing work together to create a life in tune with the universe's vibration. When we commit to these practices, we are essentially cultivating the soil for prosperity to flourish in all aspects of our lives. The impact is clear. We not only see external changes but also an internal transformation, where self-knowledge and inner peace become a constant part of the journey. Moreover, these tools help create a positive energy cycle. When a person starts using affirmations, for example, they automatically raise their vibration, which facilitates clearer and more intentional visualization practice. The same happens with meditation, which clears the mental field so that visualization and affirmations become even more powerful. This continuous cycle allows energy to flow freely, creating a constant state of vibrational elevation and attracting increasing prosperity and spiritual harmony. The key to the success of these practices lies in consistency. It is not enough to meditate once or repeat affirmations sporadically. Commitment and discipline are necessary. The more these tools are applied, the stronger the connection with universal energy becomes, and consequently, the higher the vibration. A good example is to start the day with a few minutes of positive affirmations, followed by a brief visualization, and end the day with a relaxing meditation. This daily cycle raises the vibration and keeps the energy aligned with the flow of prosperity. These tools are accessible to anyone, regardless of where they are on their spiritual or financial journey. The important thing is to take the first step and start integrating these practices into daily life. Over time, the results become evident. Life starts to flow more easily, financial growth opportunities arise, and the sense of spiritual connection deepens. All of this happens because the person begins to vibrate at a higher frequency, tuned to prosperity and self-knowledge. When we allow ourselves to explore and apply these tools, we open the door to a new reality. Life begins to transform from the inside out, and what once seemed distant becomes accessible. The energy that was once stagnant starts to flow freely, and the universe responds by sending more of what we vibrate. If we want prosperity, we must vibrate prosperity. If we desire a life of self-knowledge and spiritual balance, we must align our thoughts, words, and actions with that intention. The journey to raise our vibration and create a prosperous reality is not difficult, but it does require commitment to these practices. With each step taken, we move closer to the ideal state of harmony, where mind, body, and spirit are in tune with universal energy, ready to attract and manifest the best for us. Now that you understand the power of raising your vibration to create the reality you want, it is crucial to learn how to release what no longer serves you to achieve true prosperity. Letting go of worries and external expectations can make way for a more authentic and spiritually rich life. Learning to leave behind what limits you is the next essential step to living fully. Click the video that is appearing on your screen, and I will show you how to make this transformation in practice. See you there.